Great. So what are we starting off with? We gotta look at the trend on the higher time frames. As we're pretty clearly seeing, we are disrespecting bearish gaps as on the 4 hour, right? So my mouse there. All right, we're disrespecting bearish gaps. We had this like really consolidation type of start, and then we see clear bullish displacement with then a small retrace in between. So what do we have? We are currently in a bearish or rally gap, but we have to look if we are respecting it, and so far actually looks like we are respecting it. However, we are also in a bullish gap, so this is a really weird place to be in because we are bullish, we are in a bullish gap, and then we're in a bearish gap, right? So there's no like fair value gap that can indicate where we're going, but you just really have to look at draws on liquidity, okay, and ask yourself, this is a prominent draw, meaning that this could be taken out today. But when you look to the downside, right, we could still fill this gap, even though we already, like, there's no point to fill the gap because we already filled it completely, and we're also in this 4 hour bullish fair value gap, okay? Just because we're in this 4 hour bearish one doesn't really mean that much to me because everything else is pointing bullish, okay? I just really quickly want to make sure we're not in some type of crazy SMT. No, we aren't, okay, cool. Nice, cool. Alright, so go to the 1 hour. What do we got? Gonna mark out my session highs and session lows. What is this? What is, okay, gonna mark out, I think this was probably, okay, so boom, Asia, London, we swept both, right? We swept both lows, okay? And then we have highs that we have unfilled, right? So we have untapped highs. Not to mention we have this high, which was this was New York session high, and then we have that high. So really bullish on the day here just because we have all this trendline liquidity, and not even trendline, but liquidity resting above. And then I'm just really looking for pretty much if I could see an inversion of this 30-minute, if we have a 9 o'clock entry, that would really be nice. That would be pretty ideal. But realistically, we're probably going to take a trade even when we're in this 1 hour bearish fair value gap. Okay, so what am I going to do? I'm going to sim the first 5 minutes because I just hate trading the first 5 minutes. I don't think it's reasonable. It's just really hard to actually be consistently profitable with that. So 5 minutes, nothing really. I mean, we do have this gap, but on the 15-minute and then also on the 30-minute. So ideally, I probably could just wait for that to happen to fill. Okay. What do we do here? We can look at S&P, make sure we didn't form an SMT, which in this case I believe we did because we took out this low here. Okay, boom. Yeah, we didn't here. Perfect. We're looking for the highest time frame inverse, which actually could have been here. I mean, I low-key missed the setup. Oh, man. This is probably going to play out. This is for sure going to play out. I low-key just missed this. I hate when this happens. This happens every single time. But, I mean, I'm going to just mark it out. But for just purposes that I missed it, I'm not going to say I'm going to take the setup. But I for sure would take the setup. This is a perfect opportunity. Break even here. And then targeting this high here. For sure plays out. But I'm just going to let that be and then actually look for another setup. So look for this 30 minutes to get inverse. Boom, we inverse it. We also inverse the 1 hour. Great. Okay. Now, if I'm going to be entering up here, what do I want to see? Is there another okay, we have another one because we have another SMT, my bad. We have an SMT from here to here, right? If we go on NAS, right, we don't, okay? So that's good. We have the highest time frame inverse. So again, literally missed my setup again. Boom, boom, you could take this. So many setups here, okay? Still break even and then take there. I could take this, right? Both of these trades are really, really good probability-wise. But if you missed both of those, you could wait for a 3-minute retrace. But, I mean, that's just not ideal because I mean, what are you gonna look at a 3-minute retrace? Yeah, literally. So let's see your break even there. Both of these trades would have hit break even, and then let's see, yeah, beautiful. Right, so two really good setups here. I would definitely take both of these setups, and the reason is I literally called them. I just missed them because I said like 2 minutes ahead. But why are these good setups? They are literally pretty much the same setup too. Just a retrace leg down, and I know a lot of you guys might get scared of this retrace leg and say, well, we shouldn't be like displacing that, like we shouldn't be moving that like what's even the word, like we shouldn't have this strong of a move to the downside twice. But it's really just a retrace, okay? And then we're looking for that retrace because if we're gonna get the highest time frame inverse like here and here, these are two A plus setups, right? They would have hit, okay? So two dubs here. I obviously would have taken probably just the first setup and then held it. Literally A plus setup. Beautiful. 1-0 on the day. Yes, I did miss it, but I'm gonna just say that, right? It follows my strategy. A plus, everything's there. What do we have? We could have a trade recap really quick. We have an SMT when we are also in a 1 hour or 4 hour bullish fair value gap. We inverse the we also inverse the 1 hour later, which just gives more confirmation. So if you wanted to add contracts to that, you could have. You had a 5-minute SMT with the 2-minute inverse, and then you're targeting Asia highs. Like, it doesn't get better than that, bro. I mean, that's literally it. Okay, so you're done for the day. You just banked. So you're risking like 300 per account. That's what, 450, so like 460. You just made like $460, $470 right there. Light work. All right, we'll go back to New York session. What do we see? We see that we literally take out our draws and liquidity and then reverse lower. Okay, that means our draws and liquidity were correct, and that just means that we were right with what we were doing. Okay, now let's go here and let's just see what we're looking at. Okay, so just the idea that we're leaving these highs here makes me think that we might come back to this, and then I am also going to check at ES for a potential high time frame SMT, but again, we do not have one, right? We don't have one. We leave both of these highs, which is a little bit weird because I could definitely see price coming back up to there. But however, on the 4 hour time frame, we've been really bearish. The reason I'm saying this is just look at, I mean, no bullish candles were disrespecting this bullish gap, and then we're probably coming to fill this. Even though we did tap in it already, we're probably coming to either fill that gap potentially more or take out the low. Okay, so definitely bearish on this day just because we inverse this 4 hour gap, and then we are looking more to the downside on the higher time frames. But again, that could change, right, given the circumstances. Okay, so on the 15 minute time frame, make sure we don't have an SMT that could mess you up. Don't believe so. Yeah, I don't think we swept that. Yeah, okay, nothing. Right, just a very clear downtrend. Literally just a down arrow would do. Okay, and then after, what are we really going to be looking for? An SMT, right? We can put on our thing. So we have untouched London highs. Nope, not that. We have London highs here, and then we have Asia highs here. I would really like to see a liquidity sweep SMT and the highest time frame inverse to be looking for shorts here, potentially to this low here. And if it's not this low, I mean, it really just, it would have to be probably to the consequent encroachment of this gap, meaning halfway mark of this gap. But I mean, that's not ideal because we're shorting in a bullish gap. Okay, so I mean, that is last case result. Probably wouldn't trade if that happens, but you never know. Okay, so that would be my daily buys coming into this day. Really quick, really short. Okay, I'm gonna sim the first 5 minutes. Beautiful, leg up. We're looking to see if we have any SMTs or anything like that. Okay, so we can switch over to. So far, nothing. 1.5. And then we'll sim another 5. Okay, so we make that high. Cool. Do we sweep up this high? I think we do. I would take this only if we did make a SMT, but I don't think we did. Or no, we did actually. Okay, right? So we didn't sweep out this high. Okay. We tap into a 15-minute gap, I believe, on ES. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, we took it out. So we tapped into a 15-minute gap just barely. And I mean, if not, we tapped into a 5-minute, I believe. I guess, but no, that's not what I'm even talking about. We tapped into this 5-minute. So, right, we have this SMT after this level. Okay, cool. We're looking for the highest time frame. It's gonna be a 5-minute in this case. I apologize, I cannot talk right now. We're looking. Excuse me. We're looking for this 5 minutes to get inversed here to potentially take shorts down to this level. Boom. But I'm pretty sure this would be like not even a 1-to-1. Yeah, 0.93, which is not ideal. So I'm gonna look for a better entry. But it's in 5 minutes. Beautiful. Gonna put my stop loss at the bottom, at the top of this candle here. Gonna sell just 10. Not even looking at risk, but that's just about it. Okay, TP, boom, right there. Stop loss, boom, right here. Cool. Okay, pretty much a 1 to 1.1 RR. What does it do? Pretty much edges straight down. I'm gonna just go break even here, but no. Oh yeah, we hit. Okay, we hit. Beautiful. 2 for 2. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. That's what we like to see. Another execution of the bread blueprint right there. What did we see? We see a tap into a 15-minute time frame gap on ES with the SMT that's predicting that we go lower. And I mean, obviously, we got to deliver. We have a perfect 5-minute close, literally perfect. We take it to the lows that we formed. So new week lows Thursday. I don't know actually. No. Just a random low, but this is a very prominent lows because first of all, it's literally the only low here. So if you're not gonna be able to target anything else. But also delivering in a 1-hour gap. No. Okay, we were in a crazy downtrend, and then we inversed the 4-hour gap. So I mean, literally not much more you could ask for. But again, we'd be done. Let's say you're risking $300, you would have made like $330. So we're up like $700 on the week per account. Not bad at all. Okay, gonna go one more session and then I gotta dip. So, okay, what did we see? We literally bottom take this, right? Bottom take the entry here. Now we're moving all the way up. Okay, just something to note. Again, our drawn liquidity was correct. Perfect. Okay. As always, start on the higher time frames. What are we looking at? Okay, so we're looking at this down move, and now it's looking more of like a retrace. The reason I'm saying that is if we go on the 4-hour, we open up a lot higher. And then we just now filled this gap. So I really want to see an SMT either with. Hold on, let me just make sure this is recording. I just got like scared that this wasn't recording, and I did all of this for nothing. Okay, my bad. So. We don't make a gap, I guess, on ES. Interesting. We start lower. Okay. We start lower. So that's something to note. Okay. That's something to note. That's a bullish SMT just because we started lower here, meaning that we took out this low or we like this. And then we started higher on NASDAQ, whereas we started lower on ES. However, we did open higher and we did retrace, and now we are respecting this 1-hour gap. Now, the reason I'm saying this is because if we're going to be respecting this 1-hour gap, these highs here should obviously hold and then should send us lower. Okay, so we have to really question ourselves. Is this a retrace back to the upside to take longs, or is this more of a short? Okay, and I mean, we have a bearish fair value gap here. So if we can get a retrace here and then a potential SMT, would not be mad at taking shorts. We have this low, so this was the yesterday's low that we targeted, and then we have this low. That wouldn't be bad at all. I'm not really gonna be looking at this fair value gap too much just because we opened higher, so it doesn't really mean that much. However, right here, I'm pretty sure we did just take out equilibrium. Okay, yeah, we just beautifully tapped into it. So, I mean, it's looking really good for shorts here. Okay. So hopefully we get to see a tap into this 15 minute, but we already just did. So I mean, if this were to happen in like in New York Open, I would definitely take this setup. I would definitely take like whatever the 5 minute inverse. I would definitely take this. Let's just say this close. Okay, to here. Definitely for sure take this, but I obviously wouldn't trade pre-market, and it's about to be market open. So yeah, hopefully this draw doesn't get like shot at right away. Hopefully we see something. Okay, 5 minute. Not much. We can see if we have any SMTs. No, we don't have anything. Okay. Cool. We'll go on the. No. We'll go on the 3 minute. Cool. Some another 5. We jump up. Oh, I forgot to mark out, bruh. Alright, I forgot to mark out these highs. We have this high here, and then we have. Now we have this here. Okay, cool. Great. And then is this? I don't know what this is, but no, not that. Okay. Can I delete this, bro? Alright, great. Cool. We did already sweep this high, so this high isn't as important to me. And I don't know if we're gonna go all the way back up here to take out this high. So I mean, I wouldn't need to see this high get swept out in order to take a setup, but would rather just want to see a retrace. So I mean, we have this 30-minute gap. Hopefully we can see a retrace in there. That does not happen. Okay, let me check. And yeah, or S&P if we made a, yeah, we didn't make an SMT, right? We didn't make an SMT off of this high, so I'm not really looking for shorts right now. Gotta just stay patient with it. If it takes out my drawn liquidity, we're done for the day. Okay, we just made another high. Did we take this one out? Yep, we did. Beautiful. That's why you gotta stay patient. Boom. Go to the NASDAQ. Go to the DAC. Right? We formed this here. Do we tap into this gap on the S&P? We do. Okay, beautiful. Pretty much same setup as yesterday or as the day before. Okay, great. We're looking for the highest time frame inversion. That would be this 5 minute. Okay, this 5 minute gets inversed. I'm really looking for shorts from here off of this is the high that we shouldn't go over to here. Let's see it play out. Nope, it doesn't play out. We respect this fair value gap. We're continuing higher. All right, is there anything else we're trying to retrace into? Not really. I mean, it's 9:30 right now, right? We're checking this. I mean, we're pretty much at the same spot for both, so I really want to see just a reaction either to the downside or we got to prove that we're continuing bullish. Okay, so I mean, this isn't really ideal. I wouldn't really want to trade this day, but I mean, all right, cool. 5 more minutes. No, like there's nothing. Like, is this like this is like the type of stuff that you ask yourself, like, is this a retrace or is this like an actual move to the downside, right? Because we're perfectly going to tap equilibrium. This is probably more of a retrace. So I mean, if we're going to retrace this, and we're not going to, I'd want to see at least a close. No, okay. Yeah, we just took that out and we didn't. Okay. I mean, I'm not mad at that. Like I'm not gonna enter off of a. Like there was no inverse there. All right. Like our drawn liquidity was right, but there was no inverse, so you can't even be mad at that. All right. So I'm done. I'm actually done for the session because I gotta. It's way too late, bro. I'm not gonna lie. It's like 12:30, I think. But hope that actually helped. I feel like this was a really good backtesting session just because it's beautiful. Like it represents what the red blueprint is all about, and it's good setups right now. If I were to trade price action right now, it's just miserable, literally. It's gonna stake in consolidation. So I'm really glad that worked out, and I'm really glad that it executed right, and I'm glad you guys tuned in. So without further ado, catch y'all boys on the next one.